Well, KD, how was it being back today and this whole kind of past week or so?
Today was great. We went out and we executed pretty well. You know, today is our ninth day in a new defense, so going out there and being able to rep it with helmets on, the intensity was very high, and just going out there and just talking and communicating, just getting better as a defense.
And going from, seeing on Zoom or the film that Coach Bowen has showed y'all to being on the field and kind of learning it, how is it different and how much more are y'all learning during this process?
Well, just learning like the techniques and just knowing how to defeat blocks and the way he wants to tackle and just things like that. Just going out there and communicating, depending on the person next to you. But the main thing is really communicating so everybody can be on the same page.
You kind of mentioned it, but the fundamentals of this defense and the fundamentals just from player to player, how have you seen it, guys kind of approach it, the tackling and just all the fundamentals?
Oh, we always talk about it even when the coach is not around. Everybody loves the defense. Everybody go out there, and whether we got to set the edge or set up a block for anyone, everybody just do what we're supposed to do.
How are you guys adjusting to this new defense? I mean, obviously it's going to be different than what you guys played last year. How are you guys adjusting and what are the differences that you have seen?
Just learning every day, getting putting in new installs in the playbook, and just going out there and doing what we got to do to execute the play.
Are you guys just happy to be back out there? I mean, obviously you guys play this game because you love it.
Oh yeah,
And
for
you're away
sure.
from here for a long time. So, I mean, how fun is it just to be back out there with the guys doing what you love to do?
Oh, it's really fun, going home and training, and it was just a lot of things that a bunch of us took for granted, and just being out there and just running around and catching footballs, and it's just a different feeling, and everybody excited to be back.
KD, how challenging is it to try to train under these circumstances? I saw one player yesterday at another school had like a mask on inside his face mask, and it just seems like it'd be hard to breathe doing that. I know it's necessary for many people, but how do you approach it?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to wear a helmet, and then you got to wear a visor and then have on a mask. It's pretty hard to breathe. But if we want to play this season, it's just something that we're going to have to get used to and get comfortable with. So we might as well just train with it.
Obviously,
How, go ahead.
oh, go ahead, Bruni. You got to jump in there.
Oh, How safe do you feel, going into this season with all the precautions y'all are taking and all the testing and everything? Just how safe do you feel going into it?
Well, I feel pretty safe. I know that the coaches and Jeff and all of his staff will make sure that everything's well, make sure we're wearing masks and make sure that everything is clean and just making sure everything is good for our health and theirs as well.
What's it been like working with Bowen? I mean, he was here once before in 2011, real popular with the players. But I mean, now that you've gotten to know him, be on the field with him, and what's your take on Bowen? What it's going to be like playing?
I like Coach Bowen. I like his defense a lot. He expects a lot out of us, and he's not a person like that's gonna give you a bunch of like things to do. He'll let you go out there and be you and play and just play the way that you play. Like he want a violent defense. He want to create turnovers, and that's what we're going to do.
What's he like personally? Is he somebody you've enjoyed getting to know and work with?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Why is that?
Oh, just because of the person he is, he's a great coach. He coached a lot of people in the NFL, and it's just a lot of things that I can learn from him because I want to be able to play at that level. And he done put like players in the NFL in my position.
Is he a fun guy? Is he a quiet guy, loud guy? I mean, what is it about him that stands out? That if somebody's reading the paper or whatever, that will kind of describe to them what he's like, so we can know what he's like.
Outside of the football field, Coach Bowen, he's a pretty fun guy, is what I've seen so far. But on the field, whenever you're not executing and things like that, then he could he could be angry.
That's what we're looking for. Thanks.
Katie, did you ever get a sense from any of your teammates that, there's some talk in other conferences of guys potentially opting out of the season, and, do you ever get a sense from anybody on your team of thinking about doing that, or is the love for football just so great and just the chance to be back? Is that just so awesome that you guys, don't worry about, not playing this season?
I don't think anybody on our team is worried about or trying to opt out. But with me, if they want to opt out, then I respect it a lot because it's like it's like their health, and they should be able to control what they want to do and what they not supposed to do because it's their health. So with that, I ain't really heard anybody or any coaches say anything about it.
So far, I mean, who are some of the guys that you've seen on the defense side of the ball, whether they've come back, in great shape or something like that, or guys who you think can take a step forward this season just based on what you've seen so far?
In my position, or
I mean, anywhere on the defense, maybe the front six or whatever like that.
I'll say the twins, Gabe and Grayson, and then I'll say Larry Nixon for sure, and Chris Thornton. The whole time we've been training ever since the day that we were supposed to get back, the linebackers, we're the only group that had everybody here the entire time training. So as a whole group, we just got better every day. We got bigger, faster, and stronger. And we was in our playbooks, and we were just learning. So I really say the whole linebacker core.
KD, I saw Seth had one of those yellow armbands on as well. I just saw you raise it up there. That's the age we're living in right now, right? Wristbands replaced by some sort of band you get to after passing a test, or what is that for?
So when we walk in the facility every day, we have to have on a mask, and before we get the wristband, we have to get our temperature check. So whenever we get our temperature check and everything's good, then they put a wristband on, and then you got to go to the meeting rooms or breakfast or whatever you have to do.
Is it distracting having in any way? I know, like in my daily routine, I constantly washing my hands, and if I go somewhere, I'm kind of paranoid about touching stuff. Is it distracting, or once you're in your facility, is it easier to get your mind off things because things have been disinfected so well and cleaned up well?
Oh yeah, for sure. Outside of football, like if I go to the grocery store or anything, I worry about things like that too. But coming up to the facility, I know that they're cleaning everything and making sure everything is good and just protecting our health. So I have no worries whenever I'm up here at the facility.
Thank you.
Hey, Jalen, so how was the first day? Did it just feel good to be back out there with the guys?
Yes, sir. The energy was high. It was feeling good to be back out there with my teammates, getting active and learning plays and doing the best we can.
How different does a practice feel in 2020 as opposed to 2019, given the health protocols and all that stuff?
Just being precautious of the face mask and things of that nature, social distancing when you're not in and things of that nature is the only difference. Other than that, the intensity is how we're flying around, getting to where we have to be, change the periods and all of that. It's still the same, to be honest. Just another day, to be honest.
Is it hard to keep the distance, because you talk about the intensity and instincts take over and, you're flying around. Is it challenging to keep the distance?
No, because we know the objective and the goal is to play a season. So in order to play a season, we have to follow the rules. So in order to play a season, we're going to do what we have to do and follow the rules. So it's not hard at all.
What have you seen from the receiving corps so far? Just the young guys, the veterans. I mean, you'll have a deep group there. Just what have you seen?
A lot of consistency from each of the young guys. That's kind of what we're harping on right now. We just focus on being consistent and controlling what we can control.
What is it like? Go ahead.
I guess the $1 million question is how the quarterbacks look. I mean, this team was kind of identified with Mason for 4 years. It seemed like he was here forever, and now you guys are turning the page. You're going to have to pick a new quarterback. So how did those guys look, and who's made an impression on you over the course of the offseason?
At the end of the day, that's the coach's job to decide who's the quarterback. I and the receivers train as if every quarterback was our starting quarterback. So it's not up to us. It's up to the coaches.
Do they look good? Have you been?
Yeah.
Do you have a positive outlook for what they've done?
Oh yeah. We've been working sun down to sun up. We've been working not even around with the coaches, by ourselves, getting together, getting the timing down, things of that nature. All of us been working.
who have you seen kind of take steps forward, whether it's physically or just what you've seen from their route running or whatever, just from the receiving core, just who have you seen kind of take those steps forward and kind of put themselves in position to?
To be honest, Austin Ogamakin, he's made a big transition. I'm very excited to watch him play. He's starting to understand the game, and the game is starting to slow down for him. Rod Burns, Keelan Jackson, Damon Ward, it's a lot of them. Like I'm excited to see them. We working. I'm excited. So.
Have you seen Coach Luttrell be more hands-on with this offense just in the early part of this season, getting ready for this season, compared to years past?
Yeah, he's making sure we're getting right, getting lined up, knowing our assignment and our alignment and things of that nature, and he's getting us going. We just have to follow his lead.
Jason, what was it like working out this off season, just with everything being so unorthodox, not having a normal spring, not having a normal summer? What's it been like, and how does your body feel at this point?
My body,
compared to maybe years past.
My body feels great. I was taking each day to kind of, how can I say this, to better myself and take care of my body. As far as I was on the younger receivers as well, making sure we're coming in, getting treatment, or they're at home stretching or doing something. Make sure they're doing something to be able to be ready to have a season if we do.
What do you think the chances are, Jalen, that you do? You said if we do.
I mean, I practice like I'm gonna play. I don't have no other doubts in my mind, no opting out, no things of that nature. I'm looking forward to playing.
Is that kind of what the feeling is like throughout the team? I mean, we asked a little bit about guys opting out. It's been a thing that's happened across the country. Do you feel like everybody's really on board with playing this season among you guys?
To be honest, everybody has their own opinions and their own situations. I can't speak for everybody else, but as far as football, it's kind of all I have. So I'm playing. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm playing. I'm looking forward to it.